Welcome to Ripping the Wall Silly Season Edition. This is the first episode of this series. This is another series on my channel where I talk about NASCAR. And if a lot is going on in the world of motorsports, I may talk about some other forms of motorsports. So, let's get into the NASCAR silly season. There have been a lot of announcements this year. It has kicked off into high gear very quickly, and I'm going to recap some of the news that has been announced. So, Spire Motorsports has signed Carson Hocevar to drive the number 77 full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series. Zane Smith will also drive for Spire in a partnership with Trackhouse. So he is coming over from Ford to drive for Chevrolet. Zane Smith will drive the number 71. Luke Lambert will be Hocevar's crew chief. He was with Noah Gragson last year. He worked a little bit with Carson Hocevar when he filled in after Gragson got suspended. And Zane Smith's crew chief will be Steven Doran. Breaking news from a few days ago is that Noah Gragson was reinstated by NASCAR after being suspended. And once he was reinstated, Tony Stewart was not about to let another young, talented race car driver slip through his hands. Noah Gragson will be driving the Stewart-Haas Racing number 10. And Drew Blickensdorf will be his crew chief. Moving on to some Xfinity Series news, JGR revealed that their Xfinity program in 2024 is going to be huge. Some people in their program had already been leaked, just waiting on being confirmed, but the full slate of teams are the 18, the 19, the 20, and the 81. Driving the number 18, drum roll please, Sheldon Creed. We all heard the announcement from Austin Hill after that Martinsville race, so I know this is a big shocker to everybody. But Sheldon Creed will be driving the 18 full-time in the Xfinity Series for JGR. Sam McCulley will be his crew chief. The 19 will be piloted by multiple young drivers, including Ryan Truex, William Salowich, Joe Graf Jr., and Taylor Gray. It will be the talent exploring car, essentially, to see if they want to sign one of these drivers full-time or give them a few more races, what they want to do. Seth Chavaka will be the crew chief for the 19. The 20 car, that's their older racer race car. Time will be split in it between John Hunter Nemechek and Eric Almirola. Almirola coming over from Stewart-Haas. He retired from full-time racing last year. I'm sure that Smithfield will sponsor some of his races, or somebody will. This is their experienced driver car. You've already had these drivers prove themselves, and they're going to show and help teach the younger drivers for JGR. And then Tyler Allen will crew chief the 20 car. The 81 will be the next full-time entry for JGR. Chandler Smith will drive it. He was with Kaulig last year, but he rejoins Toyota. Smith used to drive for KBM. He will rejoin Toyota. Jeff Mendering will be the crew chief. Kaulig Racing announced that in a partnership with Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen will be driving the number 97 Kaulig Racing Chevrolet full-time in the Xfinity Series. He will also make 7 Cup starts. I'm gonna guess that those Cup starts will be in the 91 car. The 97, that's a nod to the number that he ran back in the Supercar Series. But he will be driving for NASCAR in a NASCAR car full-time in 2024. And WeatherTech will sponsor 17 of his Xfinity starts. The Cup Series races that he will run, both Talladega races, the Coke 600, COTA, the Chicago Street Course, an easy decision, honestly. He's the defending winner of that race. The Glen and the Fall Las Vegas Motor Speedway race. Anthony Alfredo announced that he will race in the Xfinity Series for R Motorsports. And yes, he will be still sponsored by Dude Wipes.
Dude.
AJ Allmendinger, he's moving back to the Xfinity Series full-time in the 16 for Colleague. He will also make select Cup Series starts. Grant Enfinger announced that he will be driving the 9 truck for CR7 Racing. Jeff Stankovich will be the crew chief. Thad Moffitt and Faction 46, a newly formed NASCAR Camping World Truck Series team, announced that Thad Moffitt will be driving the number 46. I know, what a shocking number for them to decide he was going to drive. Timmy Hill, he'll drive for Hill Motorsports in the 56 full-time in the Truck Series. So we've got a lot of moves going on. Xfinity Series, Cup Series, all the things are going crazy. Silly season, it's starting to wrap up, but you're still going to have every now and then some silly season news pop up. Now moving on from the silly season news, NASCAR did run a 2-day test at Phoenix last week in which they made modifications to the underbelly of the car to get rid of dirty air. They had a few aluminum rakes on the back end to try and move the air around, keep it from causing that big beach ball bubble that we all know and don't love. They also had a few different tire compounds to test, along with some mufflers for the Clash, try and get those cars a little bit quieter. Toyota and Ford also debuted their new Camry and Mustangs respectively. The Ford Dark Horse Mustang, that's what Ford will run in 2024. The Camry will have a little bit different of a front end, make it more like the ones that are currently selling at dealerships. And so they're going to change up theirs. Chevy will not be announcing a new car until the end of next year when they have to figure out what they're going to do after the Camaro is done. At the Phoenix test, it was also announced by LMC that Jimmy Johnson will run the 84 Toyota at Texas, Charlotte, and Kansas. He will be sponsored by Advent Health, who make the switch from Trackhouse to LMC. Eric Jones will also be sponsored by Advent Health for a select few races. Feel free to like and subscribe. That was Ripping the Wall. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more content. NASCAR content will come out slowly. It is the off season. I will focus more on the NFL side of things right now, but I will get more NASCAR content out as things start to heat up for NASCAR and engines start getting fired. So, thank you for watching. Again, feel free to like and subscribe, and see you next time.